Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Well, what a boring weekend. The market here, especially Solana, remains in very ambiguous sideways price action. We have reduction in volume and reduction in volatility. If we take a look here on the 4-hour chart and then we add the volume indicator, you can see it here. Then you can clearly see that volume is, it is reducing. It has been reducing basically since the 10th of January. Okay, so what we might be able to do sometimes can be useful. We draw a trend line. Come on, but we need to make it a little bit larger. So white, a bit thicker, and then we can add that to all these volume bars. Okay, it's a bit difficult to see down there, but basically you can sometimes add a trend line to volume bars as well. And sometimes then when there is a breakout above the trend line, I mean, we have enough touch points here, it could indicate that a real breakout is underway. At the moment, there is no sign that this sideways consolidation is over. First of all, it's not very obvious just by looking at the price. We haven't really broken out of the range. Yep, yesterday Solana tried to break to the downside, but it was met with a buy candle, basically a reversal candle. Since then, however, the price hasn't really moved significantly. I mean, yeah, it's weekend. Typically, volume is a little bit lower anyway, but there hasn't really been a spike and a breakout of this trend line that I have down there on the volume bars. So yeah, I mean, price action wise, no breakout of the range. The yellow trend lines define this sideways range really well. And also no break out of the range here on the volume indicator. So it's something we might want to observe going forward, because it's just an additional indicator that can give us a hint when there is a real breakout, okay? Can be very useful. Not always especially useful when the market is moving in some kind of a triangle pattern. Okay, but volume in crypto can be a bit ambiguous. Here, though, we had something similar. Yeah, you see it here in that period. No, not here. Here, sort of that was middle of December. Also here, you could have drawn a trend line connecting all these peaks on the volume indicator. And really, you know, this was also boring correction. Actually, I think, did I count it at the time as a triangle? I don't think so, but it also here resembles a triangle with lower volume and lower volatility. And yeah, I mean, the volume breakout happened even before it broke out of the trend line. Okay, so it can give you maybe an early warning. So it's something that obviously you would need to observe when you're trading the shorter time frame, but it gives us another clue where we could, you know, sort of act, and when we see a breakout there on the volume bars. So just something. I'm on the 4-hour chart now, so that can be useful. Just a bit of a tip. Doesn't always work, but it's just something to observe. And at the moment, the market, yeah, I mean, it's very ambiguous. Doesn't really give us much clarity. That shouldn't be a surprise. We talked about that. Market isn't really sure what it wants to do. That was quite obvious already a week ago. Both possibilities exist still. I think probabilities are still fairly evenly balanced, I would say, on this chart. So the idea is still that, yep, one more high can happen from here. I would prefer that, to be honest, but again, probabilities are fairly balanced here. So a break to the upside after this reversal candle would fit quite well. It would be probably a Y wave or maybe a C wave here to the upside to complete there a fifth wave, which is part of an ending diagonal. Could reach $135 plus, needs to break above the $116.40 resistance. However, it's Fibonacci resistance as well as the previous swing high. Some of you who've been watching the previous videos, you know these levels very well. The parameters haven't changed for, well, more than a week, which is very consistent, especially when we look at a 4-hour or 1-hour chart. And to do that, also, it would be helpful to stay above the 85.50 level. It's this swing low that formed on Monday, the 8th of January. But a break below that level would indicate that this C wave to the downside is already unfolding, that this fourth wave is already underway. So the idea is that either we are in the fourth wave now before a fifth wave rally towards $200 starts, or we still get one more extension in a third wave and then we come down. The market has absolutely no clue what it wants to do. It's just moving sideways, and from here, both pathways are possible and actually quite likely. So we just have to be watching the chart, have to watch those breakout points, and possibly the volume indicator that can give us an early signal for a breakout. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.